The year is 1930. The place is a small Inuit village called Anjakuni, nestled in the remote wilderness of Canada. Imagine a settlement frozen in time, its inhabitants vanished without a trace. This is the unsettling story of the Anjakuni village, a mystery that has baffled investigators and fueled speculation for decades. What happened to these people? What force could have swept away an entire community so completely? Prepare yourself for the unsettling and spine-tingling account of the disappearing village. The village's disappearance is one of the most perplexing cases in history, a chilling tale that continues to haunt the annals of the unknown. The story began in the icy grip of a Canadian winter. A fur trapper known as Joe LaBelle was seeking shelter from the biting wind. He knew of the Inuit village nearby and headed there for refuge. What he found was beyond anything he could have imagined. It was a scene of eerie stillness, a silent testament to an unknown and terrifying event. Imagine the desolate beauty of the Canadian wilderness in the 1930s. Picture the vast expanse of snow and ice, the towering pines and biting wind that howled through the trees. The Anjakuni village was located beside a frozen lake, miles from any other settlement. The Inuit people who lived there were accustomed to the harsh conditions. They relied on their skills and traditions to survive. Life in Anjakuni was simple, but it was a life intertwined with nature. The villagers lived in harmony with their surroundings, respecting the power of the land and the spirits that resided within it. They fished in the icy waters. They hunted caribou for food and fur. Their lives were a testament to resilience in the face of an unforgiving environment. As the sun began to set, casting long shadows across the snow, Joe LaBelle stumbled into the village. He had been traveling for days. He was exhausted and relieved to have reached his destination. He called out, expecting a warm welcome, but there was no answer. An eerie silence hung in the air, broken only by the howling wind. LaBelle approached cautiously, his unease growing with every step. He noticed that the villagers' huts were intact, but there was no sign of life. Where were the villagers? What had become of them? LaBelle entered one of the huts, his heart pounding in his chest. The remnants of a small fire still burned in the hearth, casting flickering shadows on the wall. A half-eaten meal sat on the table, as if abandoned in haste. Personal belongings lay scattered around the hut. It was clear that the villagers had left suddenly, without time to gather their possessions. LaBelle searched the entire village. He found food cooking over fires. He found sewing needles threaded mid-stitch. Children's toys lay abandoned in the snow. It was as if time had stood still, capturing the villagers in the midst of their daily routines. But the villagers themselves were gone. There was no sign of a struggle, no footprints leading away from the village, and the only creatures LaBelle found were a pack of sled dogs. They were found chained to a tree, starved to death. Shaken to his core, LaBelle hurried to the nearest telegraph office and contacted the Royal Canadian Mounted Police, or RCMP. The news of the vanished village sent shockwaves through the nation. The RCMP launched a full-scale investigation, determined to uncover the truth behind the mysterious disappearance. Investigators scoured the area for clues, but their efforts proved fruitless. There was no signs of struggle, no tracks in the snow, and no indication of where the villagers might have gone. The RCMP interviewed trappers and indigenous people from the neighboring areas, hoping to gather information about the villagers' whereabouts. Some mentioned seeing strange lights in the city over the village in the days leading up to the disappearance. Others spoke of ancient legends and curses associated with the land, but none of these accounts provided concrete answers. The strange lights in the sky, witnessed by several individuals, added a layer of intrigue to the mystery. Some dismissed them as auroras, a common sight in the northern latitudes. However, others believed the lights were something more extraordinary, a sign of otherworldly activity. The lack of rational explanation for the villagers' disappearance fueled speculation about the involvement of forces beyond human comprehension. The RCMP, though puzzled, maintained their focus on finding a logical explanation. They considered various possibilities, including mass suicide, a contagious disease, or a natural disaster. However, none of these theories aligned with the evidence. The village remained untouched by any catastrophic event, and there was no sign of panic or struggle. The disappearance of the Anjakuni village is not an isolated incident. History is replete with similar cases of entire communities vanishing without a trace. The Roanoke colony, established in the late 16th century on Roanoke Island, is one such example. The colonists, over 100 men, women, and children, disappeared, leaving behind only a single clue, the word Croatoan, carved into a post. Another chilling case is the disappearance of the Maya civilization. Once a thriving civilization, the Maya seemingly vanished from their cities, leaving behind their impressive architecture and advanced knowledge. While there are theories about environmental factors and internal conflicts, the exact cause of their disappearance remains a subject of debate. The lack of concrete answers had led to a plethora of theories about the fate of the Anjakuni villagers. Some believe that the villagers were abducted by extraterrestrial beings. The strange lights in the sky, witnessed before the disappearance, have been cited as evidence of alien involvement. Proponents of this theory suggest that the villagers were taken for study or some unknown purpose. While the idea of alien abduction may seem far-fetched, it is a theory that has been proposed in other missing person cases. The lack of evidence to support or refute this claim only adds to the mystery. Others believe the villagers fell victim to supernatural forces. The Inuit people have long believed in spirits that inhabited the land and water. Some speculate that the villagers may have stumbled upon a sacred site or angered a powerful entity, resulting in their disappearance. Legends and folklore are deeply ingrained in the Inuit culture. While these stories are often dismissed as myths, some believe they hold a grain of truth. The possibility that the villagers met their fate due to an encounter with the supernatural adds a chilling layer to the mystery. The disappearance of the Anakuni village remains an unsolved mystery to this day. Despite numerous investigations and countless theories, the truth behind the villagers' fate continues to elude us. The eerie circumstances surrounding their disappearance, the lack of a clear explanation, and the whispers of unexplained phenomena have cemented Anjakuni's place in the annals of the unexplained. Was it a mass disappearance? Was it an abduction? Or was it something else entirely? The answer remains elusive. The story of the Anjakuni serve as a chilling reminder that there are still corners of our world where logic and reason falter, leaving us to grapple with the unknown. And we are reminded there are still places in this world where the unknown waits patiently for us. Thank you for joining us around the campfire. If you enjoyed this episode, be sure to like and subscribe so you never miss another amazing story. And be sure to join us next time as we explore Tales from the Shadows.